So, let me tell you some ways that help me clear my mind from brain fog. So let me get, out of the way the obvious ones. Meditation at least like 10 minutes a day. Yeah, you could do obviously more, but at least 10 minutes a day. Try to drop your phone use significantly. That one's a real shocker in how much it changes you. And prioritize sleep. 10 hours in bed, 8 hours of sleep at least. And if you're a teenager, more. So this first one, it's, could help you with your fat loss too, if you're doing that. And, for your work, which is probably what you're doing this for, intermittent fasting. So what this is, right? You wake up and you don't eat anything for like 6 or so hours. The only thing you're allowed during this time is water and black coffee. And this is nice, not only because, it defogs your brain, but it increases your gratitude because, you're probably working before, you get to eat food, and it promotes fat loss. It works in this way because, many thousands of years ago, we had to hunt for our food. And what fogs up our brain when we eat a lot of food is the carbs. And let me give you like a little extra tip on this. If you want exercise while you're doing this, that is the perfect time to do this. Because you're not burning food you ate, you're burning the fat on your body. Secondly, this one is from me personally, because I do not see a single person, doing this. I have not seen anyone do this. So if you can, jog while thinking. And for some reason, if you can't do that, jog before thinking. And what also helps me a lot more is if you can jog at a pace where you can talk to yourself, just jog while talking to yourself. Although make sure it's at a pace where you can comfortably talk to yourself. This will help calm down your mind and introduce thoughts that are more unrelated. And this last one is from a book. Book. So, from the science of this book called The Oxygen Advantage, I'd like to give you a new form of breathing, because you most likely have been breathing wrong your entire life. So, if you're a mouth breather, you need to change that. If you're a deep breather or a hyperventilator, you need to change that. So you're thinking, what should I change it to? Ooh. So you have to breathe lighter, but you don't have to go, just hyperventilate, in out as fast as you can. So you still want to be a deep-ish breath, but not completely filling your lungs up. And you don't want to breathe particularly hard. You should breathe to where you can't hear it. So I want you to take a light breath through your nose, using your diaphragm. And I want you to get the right-ish amount of oxygen, the approximate oxygen you need. And then I want you to slowly exhale. And then after you exhale, I want you to hold your breath for a little bit. Don't hold your breath. You don't have any breath. But 2 to 5 seconds is a good time. And what that does is it lets CO2 build up in your bloodstream and in your lungs. And this is particularly good because we need CO2 in order for our blood to oxygen in our blood in order to be actually used. and it also dilates. It makes our veins and arteries and all that stuff smaller, so less blood and less oxygen actually gets to everything. That's why you may have cold feet or cold hands quite a lot, because you're doing a bad form of breathing. And after a week or two of doing this breathing, I also want you to do this thing called a breath hold timer. You know, you breathe in, you breathe out, you hold your nose, you know, on empty breath, and you take a few paces forward, and you do that until you get, the first, instinct to breathe, the first involuntary movement to breathe. And once the time gets to 25 or so seconds, that is when you have a good time. And that means you have either no or very little breathing problems. And you should have, a lot less brain fog and think clear.